Why don't you pick up those words? Why do you have to pick up only the BJP people?
Do you 1 minute, please? You know, for God's sake, Meenakshi Lekhi, you permanently believe. You permanently believe. Please, you know, Meenakshi Lekhi.
Pick them up.
Meenakshi Lekhi, I would like to just tell you this. That Jairam, no, 1 minute. Jairam Ramesh's comment.
No, I have a problem.
Jairam Ramesh's, no, 1 minute.
I do have a problem.
1 minute, Meenakshi. Jairam Ramesh's comment on Modi in June, where he called Modi a Bhasmasur, was discussed in detail. Digvijay Singh's comment saying that Narendra Modi is a megalomaniac, psychopath, liar, etc. on the 27th of October was discussed. Now, my question to the Congress party is this. You know, you say that you have a problem if Modi uses this khuni panja, when he says, Khuni panje ke saye na pade, etc., when he calls about the bloodied hand in an indirect reference to the Congress party. But you go around saying anything about the chief ministerial candidate, you're virtually calling him a rapist. You're calling the chief ministerial candidate a rapist. And you have a problem if Shazia Ilmi's party says, is baar bhi diya beimano ko vote to mahilao ka hota rahega balatkar. You have a big problem with the Aam Aadmi party if they were to say that against the Congress. You have the right to go and call the BJP's chief ministerial candidate a rapist.
Can I?
Yes.
Can I?
Yes.
Arnav, there is no problem with any party. The Indian National Congress has no problem with any party, first point. The second, nothing should be told, you know, no truth should come out. If there were so many accusations and if it had happened on the assembly floor that people had offered for a DNA test, there was an FIR, I think the chief ministerial candidate of the BJP should have been very fair enough to come and say that, well, I'm calling Delhi a rape capital, I'm putting
no, but for God's sake, no, just because he no, 1 second, no, you put any charge. You put any charge. No, you put any charge.
No, you have to be fair enough.
No,
you have to be fair enough when you are in public. You should have told that there were such charges against me.
No, 1 second. By your logic,
by your people, I was not prosecuted.
Okay, 1 second. Meenakshi Lekhi responding. Shazia Ghose coming into the debate. By that logic,
on everyone and everyone.
No, by that logic, anybody who says that Delhi has become a rape capital because there are an increasing number of rapes, and let's be clear about it, the numbers are hardly flattering. The number of reported cases stands at 1,121 till August 31st this year. It is more than double the last year's figure of 468 in the same period. If people are calling it a rape capital, don't get so touchy about it. It is the fact. And it is a fact that you have been in power both at the centre and in Delhi. Delhi police and Delhi government are under you. But does that give you the right? Does that give you the right? Does that give you the right to accuse the opponent on the other side of being a rapist?
But someone who is putting so much blatant allegations has also to be fair to the people to whom he is going for getting
but you are
that, well, this
Meenakshi Lekhi responding after that. Shazia, 5 minutes on the debate. Meenakshi Lekhi first and then Shazia.
So you have to come out in the public
first, Meenakshi Lekhi.
Fairness.
Ma'am, let me first put it on record. If you have gone wrong in your timeline, his name was not in the FIR. Knowing very well the way Congress operates, Deep Chand Bandhu brought it up in the assembly that there is certain minister in whose house a maid was working who is now 5 months pregnant, 4 months pregnant, something of that kind. And Dr. Harshvardhan, in all fairness, without even being named in the FIR, said once for all, I want to finish it off and set the transparency standard so high, and he brought not only his vasectomy certificate, but thereafter he had his DNA test also, because there were certain stories planted in the newspaper that even after vasectomy, certain individuals can produce children. And after that, he had his DNA, and not only his DNA, entire Khandan's DNA along with the staff. And the DNA never matched with anyone. And this was a trick planted by whoever. I'm not even going into the detail. Now, without pulling the documents, without even bringing the proceedings of the House
this is very serious.
He was not required to do it.
This is very serious.
Yet he did it.
This is very serious. This is very serious. I'm saying this is, you know, we have had this.
You can't do that.
No, this is very serious. And why don't you say that, you know, Harun Yusuf has said the wrong thing? Why do you make it tomorrow? I'll tell you this.
In the past, their leaders have apologized.
Ami Agnik, answer. Today the Aam Aadmi Party also said
Pravesh,
the Aam Aadmi Party
yes,
well before the BJP, well
I am
before.
answering, please.
No, one
Please bear
second.
with me
Sonia
one
Gandhi
second.
says.
Please.
Sonia Gandhi says. One second. Sonia Gandhi says the BJP's personal attack on the Prime Minister is downright despicable. After the Delhi gang rape, Sheila Dikshit says issues such as gang rape and rape should never be politicized. We will gain nothing by politicizing it. We should do away with the political debate on these subjects. You say these things and then you go and do something like this. I want Shazia to come into the debate. If you have a question
we
to
do
the...
say this because we believe in this.
No,
you cannot politicize these issues. These issues have to be sorted out. We are worrying for the safety and security of women by politicizing issues. These issues
but how do you accuse somebody of rape?
But here
how do you accuse somebody of rape?
No, I want to make my point here.
Against
there is so much record here about the presidential candidate. I think the candidate should have been fair enough to say.
But how do you accuse somebody of rape? The man has been through a DNA test. The man has been through a DNA test.
I think Congress Party,
without even...
Why did it not come in the public domain?
No, what do you...
Why did it not come in the public domain?
You never...
He has been through a DNA test.
You never chose to go through the
Why should we bring it out?
That is what do you want him to do?
What should have been brought out by the BJP.
No, what do you want him to do?
Our candidate has suffered this and we are bringing it out.
What do you want him to do?
You have a business to make allegations against anyone.
It's so...
Shazia, please.
There is no allegation. You yourself said that there was an FIR. The issue was raised on the assembly floor.
You bring an allegation against anyone.
No. Shazia to the Congress.
You know, I really think we've reached the lowest point, the nadir, you know, so to speak, where decorum goes and decency goes. That's one. But parties must realize, and it's a lesson for all of us, that unsubstantiated, wild allegation made constantly, thrown around carelessly or maybe carefully must be stopped. This sordid business must end. We have been at the receiving end. I have been called Maoist, Naxalite, rabble rouser, ambulance chaser, anti-national, what have you. And now you know how much it hurts without any substantiation of facts. People just throw stuff at you.
But that's...
I think this is grossly
No. What there's a difference between being called a rabble rouser and an ambulance chaser. No. 1 second. 1 second. What we are saying, there's a difference between being called a...
नाली के कीड़े, गंदे कीड़े, क्या-क्या हमें बुलाया गया है पहले?
That is bad.
No, that all has been... No, that is bad, but it is also bad. Your party's leaders have said, why Sonia Gandhi, she does not know the difference between Taj Mahal and Panch Mahal. Right? You remember people have said these things?
But whatever you have... But you have to remember, what Sonia Gandhi had to say.
No, 1 second, please. You know, all I'm saying is you said...
you said in the Parliament House. She caught a MP by the collar. Why don't you remember all that?
No. Fact of the matter is that it was also said that people don't understand the issues of prices because I will have to write a letter in... I will have to write a letter in to Sonia Gandhi in Italian. These things are also not very, you know, but this particular issue, Manisha.
When you question Modi's education qualification, I am going to question the servile attitude of the Pada Likha Congress leaders towards uneducated dynasty. I'm going to say that. You talk about somebody's education, what are their certificates? What is wrong in this question?
Why do you feel so bad?
No, I feel bad for the country, ma'am, and I have every reason to feel bad. And dare you ask others about the education, because this education has been given by this country, which you never improved.
Of course.
I don't think
your facts are all wrong.
I think it is in the...
all kinds of criticism.
My facts are not wrong. My facts are correct. My facts are correct, and
not yours.
In spite of the education being given by the schools run by this government.
Historical facts quite wrong. That is why.
Mr. Modi's facts are also correct. I think you need to study history better. He's referring to Chandragupta too. You bring it to Chandragupta Maurya. He's talking about Takshila and Nalanda. You talk about Bihar, which was never used. No.
Hartosh, is a ceasefire possible? Hartosh, is it in the interest of... you know, 1 sec. First of all, 1 minute. I'd like to say, is it in the interest of... to have this level of a debate? I picked up this subject today because I found it astonishing that a political leader is being accused of rape. But I think both sides are sort of, Manisha, I'm coming to you, Hartosh. Rolling up their sleeves, ready to fight it out.
I don't think it is possible to change this, because I think it is in the interest of every political party to delve into these superficial issues, like in our debates, call names, never really engage with what are real concerns. And even in this context, what has been said today is of a different magnitude. I have never encountered something like this. It is inexcusable. Even the victim has not named Harshvardhan. In this context, to raise these charges at a time when rape and women's safety are important central issues in Delhi, just tells you that the Congress has totally lost the plot.
Manisha.
Yeah.
You know, it trivializes such an important issue that the city is mobilized around. Rape is something quite different from anything else that is being discussed between Ms. Meenakshi Lekhi and Ameya Yagnik. So I think to that extent a hard statement must come out. There must be a warning coming out suo moto from the Election Commission asking for this to stop. It cannot go on like this. You know, this is a very serious issue. This is a threat with which women of our country live. And this is an issue that's coming up not just here, it's come up in the Asaram issue. There's been something that has happened in Rajasthan at a time when the country is mobilized on pulling people who are violating these basic gendered rights of women, the equality of women, at that point of time to make political use of these statements. And I'm controlling myself in saying that you have a former governor, a former chief minister who's been shying away from DNA tests. I don't want to name the person because that's not how analysis goes on.
Absolutely.
And you've got a chief ministerial candidate here who's come up on, above board. Please do not discuss his vasectomy and his DNA test any longer. That's a matter of his private right.
I think Manisha, you hit the nail. You hit the nail on the head. You know, the irony is, as I wrap, I say one thing: the CBI chief makes a ridiculous, obnoxious comment on rape, and he goes unpunished. He says, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I talked about the fact that if you can't avoid rape, then you should enjoy it." That's the kind of language a CBI director uses in any context. Unacceptable. There are allegations of sexual assault against a former Supreme Court judge. And 48 weeks back, ladies and gentlemen, 48 weeks back, this country was on the streets against the Nirbhaya gang rape. How are we really changing? That's food for thought. Something should be kept out of political debate. Thank you for joining me on debate number 2 on the News Hour tonight.